Hello everyone, and thank you for joining me today for Dragon Age Inquisition, the multiplayer. My name is Eggs54, your Baron of Breakfast, and I've come to bring you a series that involves each of the different classes that I have available. Today, we're going to be looking at the Reaver, a two-handed melee fighter that uses an assortment of abilities to dominate the field and tank their way through the opponents. Basically, the strategy behind the Reaver is to actually take extra damage to enhance your current abilities, while at the same time maintaining good strength. So it looks like we're actually ready to jump in this match here, so we'll be able to take a look very quickly. This is actually kind of funny. 3 Reavers at the same time.
Omega! I'm going to die!
Looks like he's in trouble. Now, for the first video, I did leave the audio on for the other players.
Get away from me!
I will turn that off next time. Oh, I don't know where I am.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll never forget what you did for me today.
Well, hopefully they'll summon me quickly to the area when they venture forth.
Make a guide you in this dreadful place.
Basically what we're going to do is we're going to do a series of matches using this Reaver character and go over her strength and weaknesses.
How strange that we're fighting enemies ahead. Someone wants to say something. Now's the time.
We did skip ahead.
You prefer slapstick, dark comedy?
And we're actually at the last leg of... That's what I was talking about, how cutting out some audio. Basically, the Reaver is a very slow attacking type character with devastating abilities that enhance further as she's damaged. And we're going to see here with our fellow Reavers on how that works out. Oh, that's not a Reaver, that's a Hunter. Or an Archer. And as you can see, very heavy strikes with little issues on taking down foes. And I've taken very little damage as it is as well. The only problem I do have is the fact that I cannot get an enemy to stick on me quite yet. Though I'm hoping that'll change soon. Hope for some later abilities for me to get would be a taunt ability as well. We're not going to handle the Red Templar Commander right now. Oh, let's get them before they change. Yes. Basically, what you want to do, you do want to try to get into the fray there. It is important to keep careful. Make sure your health doesn't get too far low, because you will end up into a very precarious situation. Oh, like that.
I'm grateful.
Somehow we nailed the potion while fainting. With a few Reavers here, the Red Templar Commander has actually taken quite a few hits. As you can see here, I'm very good at sustaining my health right now, despite all the damage I am taking from other people. One of the greatest abilities of the Reaver is the Devour ability, which lets you steal health from your opponents the more damaged you are. Another great ability we'll see right here is the Heavy Slam, or Devastating Blow. I keep forgetting what it's actually called. Mighty Blow. That was close. That was close. I would have liked to have shown you more of the lengthier process of the multiplayer, but I joined this game very late with these people here. So heck, I'll take what I can get in terms of experience. Dragon Age's multiplayer isn't perfect, but it's definitely great by far compared to a lot of the other ones. I'll probably gonna do another match where we'll do another set of 5 where there's you know, a killing round where you find a lot of enemies similar to this, another round where you're rescuing someone or finding an item, or another one that involves taking out a specific target. That's been a short display of the Reaver's prowess and abilities, but we're definitely not done there. We'll do a little bit more and then we're going to end this segment. We'll only be going for a few minutes right now. I will do the best I can and edit out segments that are more along lines of boring, such as loading. Oh, and looks like we did at least get 1 level. We joined very late, so our rewards are minimum. Just the operation complete, but as you can see here, you get more points for kills, ability uses, kill streaks, and of course completing the operation. So we're going to go ahead and equip some potions here, just because I need them. Oh, I don't actually have any healing potions. That's perfectly fine. Get a quick ability and then we'll be ready to go. These are the 2 trees here for the Reaver, which is the Bloodlust tree and the Assault tree. They have different names in the single player, but the reason they have unique names here is because of the fact that they're actually very expanded compared to how they are in the single player game. Ooh, and there's a lot of fun abilities here. Gonna do Wrathful because that is a pure stat upgrade. Oh, actually, I apparently already have. I'll do Bloodbath, another stat upgrade with actually a chance to hurt more enemies for different abilities I use. Ready up and let's go. A little more of a variety this time. 2 Reavers, an Arcane Warrior, and an Archer. Arcane Warrior actually will probably be the next class I cover.
Some of our scouts have not returned. They must have found something. I trust their judgment. Whatever they find, they'll know what to do.
Load wasn't too bad on that one, actually.
Chateau in the country. The Red Templars will cause trouble, but our agents will know what to do.
I'm going to do the best I can on editing out loading sequences here. There may be some extra fluff in there that I can't do anything about.
Do you see that?
Just because of editing limitations.
Hi.
If I survive, I'll be free.
This was a nice little side secret area we just opened up. There will be areas that only strength characters can access, which is knocking down walls, rogue characters by picking locks, and mage characters by dispelling barriers. As you can see, it's very useful to have these Reavers on our side because of how much damage they can exhibit onto other enemies. So like I said, the first area of the Dragon Age multiplayer will be going through simple things such as this to familiarize yourself with your foe. We are fighting the Red Templars just as we did in that little bout earlier. Another thing about the Reaver is that if you've already started swinging, you kind of had to commit to what you're doing. Not much you can do about that there. Though if there is a way to stop what you're doing, I don't know it.
Truly understood the world before.
And as you can see here, definitely useful. The Mighty Blow ability, very handy, though very slow, but it does do a ton more damage if your opponent's already knocked down. I personally like to go for some of the heavier targets here, just so that I can help my other guys out a bit. Another good thing about the Reaver, the fact that she attacks with such strength and so heavy, it actually has a good chance to stagger a lot of lower, well not really lower, but smaller type opponents like normal warriors. Heck, even some of the heavier ones like brutes or larger Templars definitely helps out. Ooh,
I've
take a
heard
little
rumors of a
drink
collection of
here.
old Tevinter scrolls, which could shed light on the magic of the breach.
A lot of the abilities over when you use this ability, the Ring of Pain, which is very helpful around a crowd of units.
Quicker we get out of here.
Ooh, recover the scrolls, one of the recovery things I had mentioned. Trying to sneak past this dude here. Best thing about two-handed warriors is that they can attack multiple units at once. Exactly the ring thing I was talking about right there. Looks like me and this other Reaver here want to get a little action out. Are they recovering the scrolls?
We have what we want.
Yeah, they did.
We should leave.
Oh, looks like they're going to go to that side area there. I was getting a little too rambunctious on my own. But can you blame me? I have a giant flaming axe. It's pretty crazy. Ah, you get it. Side areas like this will usually have a few pots of gold to pick from and a chest.
I'd rather not get too close.
When a chest starts to glow red like that, we have to defeat unique enemies for that area. Usually Arcane Horror, a Ravager, I think they're called? A Revenant. Very strong warrior type mage. Or usually a little swarm of units that are unique to that area. I've seen zombies and spiders. Other than that, nothing really major. And after they're dead, we're free to get from the chest. In a typical run, you usually want to double up on one class. I mean, it's always going to happen, but you still want to keep some variety. Here we have at least our mage, an archer, and 2 reavers. Definitely great for the Red Templars because they have a lot of heavy-hitting units such as their behemoths, the knights, and the horrors. And as you can see there, I mean, this other Reaver took care of that little group with no issue whatsoever. Granted, we are in a low-level area, but we're also low-level characters. The Reaver is not a starting class. You have to unlock it by building her armor set, or by being lucky enough to get that armor set in a loot chest. I was lucky enough to get into a loot chest. I mean, I've had a blast ever since I unlocked it. It's like absolutely no complaints from me about the Reaver. Such as this. Boom! One Mighty Blow swing almost kills a higher ranking, not really higher ranking, but a stronger than average guy. And this is one of those walls I was talking about. And this actually looks like an area that we would find like a swarm of units. So let's take a look at our loot here.
I don't like that.
Yep, eliminate the Guardians. Oh, the Revenant! It's not often that I actually encounter a Revenant and an Arcane Warrior in the same run. But, as you can see,
If I survive, I'll be free.
we had no issue dispatching him.
I fight for him.
You might have noticed that I was getting very low on health, and that's when I quickly used my Devour ability. Which, the more damaged I am, the stronger it is. As well as I had this ability active at the same time, the Ring of Pain, which enhances my other Reaver/Ravager abilities. Or Bloodlust, I think the tree was called.
So when we get back, does anyone fancy a drink at the tavern? That's what friends do, right?
Personally, I'm more of a fan of the mage classes. I have an Arcane Warrior, which I'm absolutely psyched to do in my next video for this.
Go back to the life I had before.
Oh, and, looks like they already found the cool stuff. And back into the fray! I try to find a unit that nobody else is attacking, just so I can kind of maximize where our forces are. A lot of times I'll bite off more than I can chew. Oh, these are another annoying ones. They're Red Templar Shadows, I believe they're called. Very large fans of the backstab ability that you'll find amongst rogues and assassins. Those are actually good for instant kills, which can affect more than even normal classes. Even the Reavers are pretty easily taken down by such an ability. As embarrassing as it is for a big fella. I did have to kill a potion, though. I'm gonna have to play it a little safer for the rest of this run to be able to stick with my guys.
Well, they didn't give you the choice to serve or die.
I had the choice to serve or die.
Protect an individual
I serve so others can
information
die.
about the
Ha ha ha.
Inquisition's political adversaries. The enemy wants this individual dead, and we need to make
Excuse
sure
me.
it does not happen.
Excuse me.
It's the Inquisition! Over here!
Boom.
thought
I think his
they
head
were sure.
exploded.
They must still be out there. I can't leave if they're still out there.
And in this one, we're defending an informant. Now, the informant, you'll find at least one in each run. It's very rare that you don't come across one of them. It's an informant, a messenger, someone like that. The areas are usually directed by one of your Inquisition Council members, which would be Liliana, the Spy Master, Lady Montieliet, the Ambassador, or Cullen, the commander of the Inquisition's military forces. And usually the messenger or soldier, whomever, will be a special person of theirs, saying, "Oh, more Guardians? Arcane? Wow, see, I look like a liar now. I told them it's like they're rare. Now here I am on my third one.
I think.
Guys must think I'm a dirty liar. Some kind of fibber. I'm not. Oh my god, he doesn't stay still long enough for me to... Hit him! Hit him! No. Oh, I like her sword more than mine. Or, I don't really have a sword, I have an axe. Either way, I like it. But as I was saying, say if Liliana sends him, they'll say, "I have an important message for the Spy Master Liliana." Or if the Ambassador sends him, they'll, you know, about the same lines. And they're each usually pretty much cater to whoever they're serving. In the sense of that, you know, people who serve the Ambassador will think a little more of themselves, like, "Oh, I serve the Ambassador, what do you got?" Oh, that was a shadow, and he tried to be tricky. Oh, there he is.
Thank you. I'll never forget what you did for me today. I think
Oh, you're
it's safe
welcome.
to make my way out now. Make a guide
I
you
wonder
on
if
this
I'll ever be
dreadful
able to go
place.
back to the life.
See, look at that, what a nice
The
guy.
Inquisition.
You could, but perhaps it will not satisfy you as it did. How should we approach this?
And always the last area of everything is place the banner. Now, for a lot of people who are actually used to the multiplayer, the typical thing is to let one person go out, do the banner, and you funnel the guys back into one spot, which will work out great because of how much strength we have on one side, meaning that we have 2 Reavers. And I'm pretty sure our Archer's nothing to sneeze at. Tough part is, I have to make it back now. I'm going to encounter enemies, hopefully not something that's going to knock me down. Personally, I try to avoid the shadows and the commander himself. The knights, the marksmen, no big deal. Oh, like there's the commander himself, and I'm going to agitate him a little. And he didn't care. But I actually did slow him down for a swing. Basically, the objective here, kill everything. You always run into the commander very quickly. Oh, and see it right there. Bit off a little more than I can chew right there, so... Oh, thankfully one of my guys is right up there with me. Unfortunately, it's right next to the commander. Let's see if this does anything. Nada. But thankfully, someone's been fighting off the commander well enough to get his health down. I will fight these little dudes. I have to devour some. All this last... I apologize for the quick silence, but all this last round is kill, survive, kill, survive, kill, survive. Usually when the commander gets like that, he's about dead, so now you gotta focus on the other guys, but some people tend to forget that, so their attention usually goes on attacking whatever. I will survive! Excuse me. And that's what I love, that little red grit thing right there, where the fist is just like, your health is mine. Good nom-nom effect right there that I have. Except I'm eating with my fist. Oh, missed. There we go. I try to hit these big guys first because they got a multitude of either You know, they'll use range and they'll use melee abilities, and I think they can actually buff up other guys. Radar's really useful at the late point like this, find the stragglers. I usually try to eat a little health out of whoever I can so I can last longer.
The rescue was a success.
I say eat, but I mean devour.
Safe and eager to share their knowledge. We've taken another step in our efforts to restore order.
Yay, order! And that was a full run using the Reaver. And at the end of this, we get a nice little amount of goodies. Nice bow that I can't use for this character. And a lightning rune. Thankfully, 30 great axe, 15 ability kills, kill streak of 5. But we did go up 1 level. Ooh, a level and a half. That's going to give us another ability. Got a nice amount of gold. We're going to conclude this video here by... by looking at the ability list one more time, more in depth. Here we have the Bloodlust tree. Devour is a key ability because it lets you attack an enemy and pretty much take their health. The more wounded you are, the more health is restored. And actually, it's also got a nice bonus of doing more damage the more health you lost, so it's a nice pinch hitter. Another key one we're going to look at is the Ring of Pain. Pretty much, you mark the battlefield, it'll deal damage to them, and the more damage you take, the greater the effect is. Now, there's a lot of abilities that actually enhance those 2 abilities right there. Bloodbath actually helps to devour, which pretty much we get to weaken an enemy at the same time. Weaken an enemy has other attacks do more damage to them. Blood Frenzy, Wrathful, these are abilities that help strengthen the Reaver in their basic damaging abilities. There's a lot of strength enhancing, there's a lot of abilities that help them if they're damaged, and their other tree that we're going to take a look at right now is the Assault tree. Now admittedly, I barely have any points in here, because the Mighty Blow has done me well enough so far, but this is a spare ability point we just got. We'll put it into the coup de grace. Basically, it's going to give us more... every time we unlock an ability, it gives us the effect as well as an addition to another stat. Now for the Reaver, everything is going to pretty much be focusing on Constitution or Strength. Like this next tier here, which I actually really want because it's all passive, Armor, Stunning, and Damage Reduction. Or Damage Return, sorry, that's one I really want. So we're going to do the coup de grace. And now we have actually 3 more strength for our damaging and damage bonus to anyone who's stunned. Reaver is very, very useful tanking class. However, a little hard to unlock since it's mostly by chance, but very fun to use once you get them. I've only gotten her to level 9, about halfway to the cap. Cap is 20, and then you can prestige. We'll probably discuss more on prestiging once I actually get to it, but that'll be all for this session. I'm Eggs54 with the Baron of Breakfast with the Gamer Shame Network, and thank you for joining me for Dragon Age Inquisition. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my Twitch and Twitter for future videos. Thank you for watching, and get cracking!